Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing another matchup between TSLPolt and mouzCCNova. So this is the last game of this tournament that I actually have, so I don't know if this is the finals or whatever. This is just the last game that I have, so that's all. So another Zerg versus Terran. And yeah, we will see what this brings. So normally this will bring a whole lot of Marines and Marauders versus a whole lot of Zerglings and Roaches. So I'm going to start off by walling off the ramp. And this is a rather small map, so there is a possibility of some aggression here in the early game. But for now, it seems that the Zerg player is going to play this in just a standard manner. Just going to build up his economy first, and then after that he is going to build some some troops. But yeah, the wall-off almost completed, and that means that it's going to be hard for him to scout anything. Because, well, the Overlord, of course, it cannot get very near with the Marines there, and yeah, if this is walled off, then the drones can't get in. So anyway, no scouts sent out by our Terran player here, which is quite surprising. Well, we've seen that quite a lot lately, but I don't know why there is no scout coming out from the Terran players. It seems that they are confident with their builds, and just by building their or blocking off their ramp, they are fine with whatever the Zerg players are doing. And yeah, because of that, there is really no pressure. So the scout is going out now, and because the Zergs can't block anything, it's pretty obvious that he is going to get into the base. And where's this first Marine going? The first Marine is just going to wait for the Overlord, but the Overlord is coming from the back here. Because of this Marine, probably. Yeah, and the first Overlord is going to scout from the back and going to see whatever is happening. So the SCV is going to scout this spawning pool coming up, and obviously he saw this hatchery. So he knows whatever is going on, and he is going to react accordingly. So yeah, the scout did go in, and he does see that there is indeed an expansion coming up. So still SCVs being trained here, and the expansion is almost done. And a factory going down. The factory probably there for the Hellions. Hellions, of course, very good against any small unit. So that means Zerglings as well as workers. So yeah, they are really dangerous for the Zerg player, because until he gets roaches, because he did build his roach warren just there. Until he gets roaches, he is kind of relying on those small units. So if those Hellions can find get out before the roaches are out, it is of course going to be dangerous. So building the reactor on his barracks and then switching them out just to make sure that he can build those Hellions as quickly as possible. And there comes the starport. The starport's normally used for medevacs. And we will see here what he's actually going to do. No, he is going to go for a tech lab, which means that this is going to go on the starport, and the starport is going to produce what are they called? Oh, come on. Yeah, I forgot what they're called. I'm sorry. We will see it in a minute. These the Banshees. That's what it is. So he's going for cloaked Banshees, and another tech lab going down, and I'm pretty sure that is just for the Marauders. So the Hellions coming out, or the Hellions trying to get something done, but the roaches are already out. And yeah, the roaches are very strong against the Hellions because they are armored. They are not like the small units, the unarmored units, and they are going to do quite a lot of damage here. The bunker here going to hold off the roach for a little bit, but the marauders need to come out as soon as possible to to make this work. All of the zerglings going down to the Hellions, but the roaches are just going to hammer on this this bunker, and all of the repairing SCVs go down. The first marauder is out, and he is going to hold off the roaches that are still left. Or no, destroy them rather, because the Banshee also destroyed destroyed at least one of the roaches, but probably damaged a lot more. So there is a new expansion coming up, and the Banshee is going to go into this base and is going to check whether there are enough defenses. So there is no cloak yet. We will see if he's actually researching that. No, he seems to be just happy with the uncloaked Banshees. And yeah, the Queen coming out to hold off that that Banshee. The Spore Crawler coming up. The Spore Crawler is going to be able to hold off that that Banshee pretty well. More of the Queens coming out because he did obviously spot that Banshee when it started attacking his roaches. And yeah, that Spore Crawler has a brother over here, and probably one in the main base as well. So the whole army coming in here and going to try to get something done. The Zerglings trying to pick off all of the units, but they only get to pick off one or two of the marauders. And this hatchery is completely undefended. There's really nothing he can do to hold this. Don't know why he let it finish, probably because he was hoping that he could have an army by then. But yeah, he didn't, so he's going to lose this hatchery. And the Queen's coming in to defend, which is not a good idea. The Queens have no mobility here, so they can't retreat when they get low, and yeah, they're the only air units, or anti-air units I should say. So the roaches picking off the Banshees, sure, but the roaches then getting picked off by the air units, and more units streaming in here. Another Queen goes down, and oh, it seems that he lost 2 Banshees there. So yeah, the hatchery does go down, but at what cost? There was pretty hefty cost. He does have another Banshee coming in now, and he's probably going to continue on producing those. No, he's going for the Vikings, thinking that the Zerg player will go for anti-air units of air units of his own, and probably will be doing so pretty quickly. Maybe he wants to. Yeah, no, he will want to finish those off with his Vikings, but don't know where the Viking went. Anyway, maybe he cancelled it. Oh, there's a Raven coming out now, so that's a really big difference in or the diversion in units there. So the Ravens and Hellions are going to pick off this expansion once again. This time there's no army coming out to save it, but it does get cancelled. Oh, he's going to just hunt overlords with it, of course. And is he going for the cloak on the Banshees yet? Nope. Still happy to go with whatever he is doing right now. So yeah, the air unit's really strong as long as the Queens aren't around, because obviously they are the only ones that can actually pick off those air units. So going for the overlords, yeah, that's actually really smart, because when there is no defense, yeah, you might as well go for it. So more queens being produced here. The queens are going to be the anti-air unit of choice, and yeah, no real other units out to battle these very dangerous banshees. And wow, those zerglings really rushing to their death, but they were there to protect the infestor. The infestor's doing a lot of good with their fungal growth. Their fungal growth actually getting rid of most of the HP here, as you can see. They have to get repaired now, and yeah, that's of course a very good thing for the Zerg player. For the Terran player, it's very good that they actually survived. But yeah, well, we will have to see what they get to do next. So the Raven is out with the auto turrets and the point defense drone. I think he will use the point defense drone because, well, the point defense drone will allow the banshees to kill the queens, because they will absorb the missiles from the queens, and yeah, that of course gives him a big advantage with his air units. So a lot of these creep tumors going down, and the more you have, the faster the creep will spread, because that's the way it works. So yeah, one of the queens goes down, or queens overlords. I mean, this overlord is going to go down as well, unless he comes too close to the queen. He's going to sacrifice some health to do that, but he is still at 26 health. He can take a few shots still. Don't know how much damage the queens do. Apparently enough. One more shot on him, and he is going to die. Going to take out the creep tumors on the ground, and takes out one of them, but then dies. So the army coming in here, and he is going to just push straight in. The fungal growth not really hitting a whole lot of them, and the roaches are going to pick up most of the kills here. The Raven out. I don't know why he brought a Raven. Ravens are there normally to spot the hidden units, but it seems it just did nothing. Either that or I didn't see it. So there's the rest of the army. The rest of the army apparently not with the main army that just sacrificed itself. And maybe that was to free up some supply, but I don't think that was really his intention. So anyway, getting rid of these creep tumors, because he wants to have, or to limit the mobility of the Zerg army. And well, all of these units getting fungal growth, and that is going to cost them a lot of HP. And therefore, yeah, they are really weak when they go into the second fight. And although there are very few roaches left, yeah, there are also very few marines and marauders left. The marauders really still alive because they have a huge amount of HP and armor, of course, but they're not going to survive these attacks here, and they are indeed going to get picked up and brought home. New army coming in. Oh no, it's SCVs actually. This is the new army. So he built a new base, because if you pressure your opponent hard enough, you can actually expand without having to defend at all. And yeah, just a whole lot of marines and marauders. Very few marauders, by the way, considering that the enemy is going for roaches. Yeah, he might want to splash some more marauders in there, but he's going for a lot of medevacts instead. Oh, everyone getting fungal growth once again. The queen goes down, but the rest of the army is coming in. Oh, this Ultralisk is going to do a lot of damage. And another fungal growth going down, a new Ultralisk, and some some infested Terrans, and the infested Terrans can shoot at the medevacs. So the medevacs, as you can see, going down one by one, and I'm pretty sure he selected those, or he did that manually. So the remaining Marines trying to hunt after the Queen that is very low. Oh, it's not low. But he was trying to get after that Queen, but the Ultralisk really saving him here. And yeah, we will have to see how the Ultralisk does or do against this new army now. Although the Ultralisks are very good against all of these units. So yeah, the little bit of army that was left is now rejoining the reinforcements, and it's really all about this this huge composition. So 3-4 different units, but then a huge amount of them. And it seems that the Zerg player realizes that he's not going to be able to hold on because he's getting out farmed. He yeah, he lost his base. He is almost mined out here, and this base is under pressure every time that an attack comes in, and he just didn't have an army left. The income is probably in the advantage of the Terran player, and the resources spent are yeah, kind of equal, to be honest. But that means that yeah, the Terran player, because the units lost, yeah, the resources lost on the Zerg are always much greater than on the other races. That's why they need an extra base up. And in fact, yeah, we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases are up for the Terran player, and yeah, the Zerg really had nothing to do against that. He just couldn't hold it off. Anyway, as I said, last game of the series. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.